Let's be honest. One of the most confusing experiences in dating is when you feel something shifting, but you cannot fully prove it. She is not openly confessing her feelings. She is not dramatically expressing affection. Yet something in her energy feels different. Here is what most men misunderstand. When a woman is truly falling for you, especially a mature and emotionally aware woman, she often hides it at first. Not because she is playing games, not because she wants to confuse you, but because emotions are vulnerable. And vulnerability requires safety. So instead of loud declarations, she shows subtle signs. If you are emotionally intelligent enough to notice them, you will see what others miss. Here are 10 secret signs she may be falling for you while trying to hide it. First, she remembers the smallest details about you. You mention your favorite childhood memory once. Weeks later, she brings it up casually. That is not random. When a woman is emotionally invested, your words stay in her mind. Second, she asks deeper questions. Surface-level curiosity turns into genuine interest. She wants to know how you think, what drives you, what shaped you. That depth means she is emotionally leaning in. Third, she becomes subtly protective of her image around you. She adjusts her appearance slightly more. She cares about how you perceive her. Effort is emotional currency. Fourth, she reacts to your silence. If you pull back slightly, she notices. Indifference does not notice absence. Emotional attachment does. Fifth, she teases you playfully. Playfulness is comfort mixed with attraction. It shows she feels safe enough to lower her guard. Sixth, her body language softens around you. Longer eye contact, slight leaning in, a relaxed smile. The body often reveals what the mouth hides. Seventh, she shares small vulnerabilities. It may not be dramatic, but when she opens up about insecurities, fears, or personal struggles, she is inviting you into her emotional world. Eighth, she finds subtle reasons to communicate. A random meme, a small update, a simple check-in. When someone thinks about you, they look for reasons to connect. Ninth, she mirrors your energy. If you are calm, she becomes calm. If you are playful, she responds playfully. Mirroring is subconscious bonding. 10th, she hesitates before leaving. When a woman lingers just a little longer, even in silence, it means she does not want the moment to end. Now here is the most important part. If you notice these signs, do not panic. Do not rush. Do not demand clarity. Attraction grows in emotional safety. When she is hiding her feelings, she is observing. She is evaluating whether you are emotionally stable, whether you are patient, whether you can handle connection without pressure. Most men ruin this stage by over-pursuing. They sense interest and immediately try to lock it down. But maturity means restraint. Stay grounded, stay focused on your purpose, stay emotionally steady. When you respond with calm confidence instead of urgency, you create the safety she needs to open up naturally. Remember this, a woman who is falling for you is not looking for perfection. She is looking for emotional stability. She is looking for a man who does not crumble under uncertainty. She is looking for strength that feels safe. If she is hiding her feelings, it means they matter. And if you are wise enough to notice the subtle signs, patient enough to let them grow, and strong enough to remain steady, she will not need to hide them for long. Become the man who understands quiet signals. Become the man who values emotional depth over loud validation. Become the man who creates safety through his presence. Because when you do, she will not just fall for you. She will trust you. Genuine attraction rarely announces itself loudly in the beginning. It often reveals itself through subtle shifts in behavior, tone, and attention. Many people expect clear verbal confirmation as proof of interest, but emotional investment usually appears first in patterns rather than declarations. A woman who is developing feelings may not openly say it, yet her actions begin to reflect consistency, curiosity, and awareness. These small signals, when repeated over time, carry far more meaning than a single dramatic gesture. Emotional intelligence is required to recognize these patterns. It means observing without overreacting. It means noticing how she responds across different situations rather than judging one isolated moment. Does she remember details you shared weeks ago? Does she follow up on things that matter to you? Does her attention feel intentional rather than casual? These behaviors are not accidental. They indicate that you occupy space in her thoughts. Careful observation prevents insecurity from distorting perception. Without awareness, a man may misinterpret calm behavior as disinterest. With awareness, he sees depth where others see silence. Subtle attraction often appears in body language, in thoughtful communication, and in emotional responsiveness. It grows quietly before it becomes visible. When you train yourself to value patterns over words, you develop maturity in how you interpret connection. You stop chasing loud validation and start appreciating consistent engagement. This shift not only protects your confidence, but also strengthens the dynamic between you. Recognizing subtle behavioral patterns allows you to respond with steadiness instead of pressure, creating an environment where attraction can deepen naturally and authentically. When a woman begins to develop real feelings, vulnerability becomes part of the equation, and vulnerability, by nature, feels risky. This is why many women choose to hide or soften their emotions at first. It is not about manipulation or playing games. It is about protection. Emotional investment means there is something to lose. Before expressing it openly, she needs to feel confident that her feelings will be respected and handled with maturity. Patience becomes essential during this stage. If you rush her for clarity or demand immediate confirmation, you unintentionally increase the pressure. Pressure creates emotional withdrawal. But when you remain calm and steady, you communicate that you are not threatened by uncertainty. That steadiness builds trust. Trust allows her guard to lower gradually. Emotional stability is what makes this process safe for her. When you manage your reactions, avoid overanalyzing small shifts, and stay grounded in your own life, you demonstrate strength. Strength here does not mean dominance. It means self-control. It means you are secure enough to allow emotions to unfold naturally. A woman hiding her feelings is often observing how you handle ambiguity. She is asking herself whether you are consistent, respectful, and emotionally balanced. When you respond with patience instead of urgency, you prove that you can handle connection without chaos. Over time, this emotional safety becomes the bridge between hidden feelings and open expression. The more secure she feels, the more comfortable she becomes sharing what she truly feels. Patience and emotional stability are not passive traits. They are powerful signals of maturity that transform hesitation into trust and guarded emotions into genuine connection. Growing emotional investment often reveals itself through consistent attention, deeper curiosity, and softened body language. These signals may appear subtle, but psychologically, they are powerful. When a woman begins to care, her focus becomes more intentional. She does not just respond out of politeness. She engages with meaning. She remembers what matters to you, asks thoughtful follow-up questions, and shows interest in your goals, opinions, and experiences. Curiosity shifts from surface-level conversation to genuine exploration of who you are as a person. Deeper curiosity is a strong indicator of emotional movement. When she wants to understand your mindset, your past, and your values, she is investing mentally and emotionally. This kind of engagement takes effort. Effort reflects priority, and priority signals attachment beginning to form. Body language also changes when feelings develop. Her posture may soften. Eye contact may linger slightly longer. Her facial expressions may become more open and relaxed. These are subconscious behaviors that reveal comfort and attraction. The body often communicates emotions before words catch up. Consistency is what makes these signs meaningful. Anyone can have one engaging conversation. Emotional investment shows up repeatedly. It appears in the way she responds over time, in the steady attention she gives, and in the warmth that gradually increases. Recognizing these patterns requires awareness rather than assumption. When you notice consistent curiosity and open body language, you begin to see emotional depth beneath quiet behavior. These psychological indicators reflect connection growing internally, even if it has not yet been expressed verbally. In the end, hidden feelings are rarely invisible. They simply require emotional awareness and patience to recognize. When curiosity deepens, attention becomes consistent, and body language softens, these are not random behaviors. They are reflections of growing emotional investment. A woman who is developing feelings may not announce them immediately, but her actions will often reveal what her words are still protecting. The key is not to rush the process or force clarity. Real connection unfolds through emotional safety, steady presence, and mutual respect. When you remain grounded and attentive, you create an environment where guarded emotions feel safe to surface. What begins as subtle signals can gradually transform into open expression once trust is fully established. True connection is built not by pressure, but by understanding. And when you learn to read consistency, curiosity, and comfort with maturity, you position yourself to recognize genuine feelings long before they are spoken aloud.